Greetings, esteemed viewers. Today we're going to have a look at a very specific weapon, namely the Collector SMG, the Collector submachine gun. I will talk a little bit about the weapon in conjunction with the Geth Engineer, but it's primarily going to be a guide about the weapon. And not only a guide, but a critique. I will offer my criticisms as well as my praise. And I hope I'm fair and balanced. And let me say at the outset, before accusations are leveled at me for backtracking, I see recently there was a rather flawed attempt in claiming that I had somehow backtracked on what I said about the Acolyte. People reading into things, making up comments I never made, typical BioWare sociopathy behavior. I will say at the outset that I still believe that the Collector SMG is a piece of garbage at low levels. Let me begin. The Collector SMG I recently maxed out, and once I maxed it out at 10, I would say it's quite good. I won't say it's excellent, but it's quite good. From levels 1 to 5, I tried at each level. It was terrible. It really was awful. Levels 5 to 8, it was decent, and 9, it was pretty good, and at 10, it became quite good. And it's very odd in this respect because there aren't too many weapons that have such astronomical differences in their effectiveness and how good they are between the levels, particularly with regards to ultra rares. The primary issue with the Collector SMG, before I go into the details of how to use it, is the ammo. The primary reason why the Collector SMG-1 is beyond awful is the lack of ammo. This is a weapon that absolutely requires the ammo capacity mod, the extended ammo clip size. It's almost unusable without it. Moreover, the heatsink doesn't work with it, so basically using this weapon, because it has low recoil, high accuracy, it is almost always a choice between the extended clip size or the extended barrel, the damage barrel, or the penetration mod. It's really either or. The lack of ammo is a serious issue, and it's even a serious issue at level 10. And as you'll see in the video, I specifically record some platinum because it it basically goes from being a quite good weapon on gold to a very average weapon on platinum. You saw it was constantly running out. It simply lacked the ammo for continuous fire, and that's fine. If you want to have a weapon that is well, limited in its ammo capacity, that's fine, but it certainly needs an ammo buff. My suggestion right at the outset would be, and I said this at the outset, at the start, a 25% ammo capacity boost. Also, let heatsink work with it. With 25% extra ammo, the Collector SMG-1 would be similar to the Collector SMG-10 in its ammo capacity, and at 10 it would be really good. So at 10 you have 72 shots with the extra clip size, and of course that would be close to 100 or thereabouts, and that would make it significantly better, I think, in regards to overheat. It also could use a damage buff. I think anywhere from 15 to 20% would be quite helpful. Once you have that in place, say 20% damage buff, 25% extend clip size, then it could be quite good. But as I said, that's not the case now. And at low levels, it is horrendously bad. There's no reason to use it. You're better off using a Hornet or any other SMG for the simple reason that you lack ammo. Now, a lot of people are raving from the get-go about how amazing and awesome this weapon is. And you should really be wary of such people because they rarely would reveal the fact that they had it at 10 to start with, or they got it at 10 very quickly. Some people I play with, for example, liked it quite a lot. Lord Fennicus, Super Phoresis, they all had it at 10 though. A few people on BSN have admitted, oh, it's true I have it at 10, but the problem with this weapon is really below 10, there's not much reason to use it. And once you have it at 10, it's quite good. Okay, so we have the basics there. The weapon lacks a lot of rounds, so that's an issue. and it doesn't do a tremendous amount of damage. What are the really positive things about this weapon? This is all assuming you have it at level 10, mind you. It has very low recoil, and it's extremely accurate. So you can basically hit enemies across the screen, line up headshots, so on and so forth. In that regard, it's quite good. This is, in my opinion, a caster exclusive weapon. You can use it on other classes. I've done it on the human soldier with armor piercing ammo and the extended barrel. It's okay, but it should be primarily used on casters. Some of the classes I've used it, caster classes, I've used it extensively with, and I tend to use more tech classes than biotics are. I've been the Volus Engineer, and a guide to the Volus Engineer is in fact forthcoming. I recorded a match, so that will be forthcoming, assuming I'm still alive. The Turian Sentinel makes it very, very good with the headshot bonuses. His stability negates, well, whatever little recoil there is in the gun. And as you saw, the Geth Engineer. I'd say with Hunter mode, the 15% rate of fire, it makes it just usable. Anything over 15% rate of fire I found to be uses the ammo up too quickly. But of course the Geth with his high damage output, Geth Engineer makes very good use of it. It's very light, so you have, just depending on what you're using, about 200% cooldown, so you can spam your powers. And that's what you do with this weapon. It's not, in my opinion, meant to be a primary killer, or at least certainly kill with it. It's meant to be used with classes that use powers extensively, frequently. Power spammers, if you will. When you cast something, you fire in between when the cooldown is, wearing off. Once you can cast again, you do it. And there's a certain synergy in that regard, because just as you're waiting for your cooldown, say on Overload, to finish, you're also waiting for your Collector SMG to, well, fill up to maximum as well. On Gold, it is quite good. Headshots are very easy to get. There are a lot of mooks. Enemies don't have the same amount of health, shields, barriers, so they take less punishment. Platinum, it doesn't really cut the mustard. I mean, I did okay with it, but the problem is you run out of ammo. You saw me multiple times just, ammo overheat, waiting. If you ever do overheat, though, you can always just hit the one of your thermal clips and it'll start immediately to refill. That's handy sometimes. You should be careful about that. So Gold, found a very fine weapon at level 10. On Platinum, well, it's okay. It really depends. Regarding my build, it's the Geth Engineer build I've introduced, or I've talked about many times. It's my favorite build. No fitness, all offensive turret, all offensive hunter mode with accuracy, rate of fire, and damage, and all weapon headshot damage on the passive, and no fitness. Overload is all chain. I find the multiple chains more useful in terms of staggering and crowd control. And like I said, the extra accuracy makes it even better. The 15% of rate of fire is in a way kind of nice. You do burn through it more quickly than you say would a Volus or a Turian Sentinel, but it's quite good. I'd say maybe perhaps the best class is the Turian Sentinel with using this weapon, because it really negates the recoil. You don't really need a tremendous accuracy on it because it's already accurate to begin with. So it could be one of the best classes in that regard. But that's pretty much the Collector SMG. It was and is dreadful at low levels. It's okay at medium to highish levels, and really only comes into its own when it's at level 10. And that just shouldn't be the case with an ultra rare. I have it on good authority from Lord Viren, master of number crunching himself. It's one of the famed number crunchers from BSN, that the in-game stats, basically, the weapon itself has been modified such that it lost something like 40% of its damage. Can you imagine this with 40% more damage? That would be maybe overkill, but it certainly needs a damage buff, and it needs a larger clip size. The way it is now, the way it stands, it's just not. It's a problem. And my argument here is quite simple. It is an ultra rare. Some people haven't even gotten it yet, and not everyone is at level 10. And the people that do have it, well, yeah, they might have it 3, 4, 5, 1, 6. Make it good on all of those levels. Make it really awesome at level 10, but make it quite good at the lower levels. because really it's a piece of trash when it's at level 1. It's like fecal matter. It's so bad, and it's, to me, astounding that it makes that huge leap between the levels. Whereas I say go leveling the Saber 1 to level 10, it's certainly a lot better at 10, but you're not just saying, wow, notice the difference. The Collector SMG in this regard is quite remarkable, to say the least. But yes, using on power classes. I also like using on the female Quarian Engineer. There are a lot of classes that can make good use of it. Primary weapon, I really wouldn't recommend it, despite what some people are posting, especially on Platinum. If you wanted to use this as a primary weapon, you would just burn. I mean, it's bad enough even when you're spamming overload every couple of seconds, but you just burn through ammo way too quickly. On a final note, there is one nice quality about the Collector SMG I've noticed. It seems, and this is my subjective impression, I don't have any firm evidence for this, but it does seem to apply ammo effects very effectively, more effectively than most, even rapid-fire weapons. Disruptor, Cryo, and Incendiary, it seems to be quite good at that. So that in conjunction with Tech Burst. In the video I was running Disruptor. In retrospect, I probably should have taken Incendiary, but we were fighting Cerberus, even though in Platinum, that's kind of, you fight everyone, so it doesn't really matter. But certainly Disruptor is very good on it. Cryo, I've seen, is very good on it. Incendiary is amazing on it. And if you do want to do extra damage, I've run this build on the, say on the Turian Sentinel, or the Geth Engineer. If we just want more damage, slap on the extended barrel for 25% more damage. Some armor piercing 3 or 4 if you have some, and you're good to go in that regard too. You won't have the tech burst, but you'll be killing enemies a little bit more quickly with the weapon itself. Anyway, that's pretty much the guide. Like I said, there will be a guide with the Volus, where I'm using the Collector SMG as well, the Volus Engineer. It's actually quite a decent class. But this weapon, I don't think BioWare is going to do it, but this weapon desperately needs a buff. Because, like I said, it's just utter garbage at low levels. It's terrible. And at higher levels, it's okay. And really, I said, it has to be maxed out to be quite good. And that just shouldn't be the case, whether you are. Anyway, I think the video was partially demonstrative of how you use it. Like I said, fire powers, and that synergy between waiting for your cooldowns on the weapon, basically, to fill up an ammo again, and your power recharge. That's basically how you use it. Anyway, that's the guide. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. It's a bit frantic there. I had a nice Volus Engineer giving me shield boosts every now and then, so that was quite cool. And I look forward to your comments and views. I hope you found it helpful. And yeah, I did not backtrack. Those of you who wish to dig up old threads, no, the Collector SMG at low levels is utter crap and garbage and not worthy of using. I will repeat myself, and only becomes good at level 10. Anyway, that's that, and I hope to see you all on the forums and in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Everyone take care.